I'm George Lang, and this is Static. My guest today is Maggie McClure. You've heard bits and pieces of her songs on MTV reality series such as The City and The Hills, and she's been a featured performer on MTV U. Her debut album is available on her own website, maggiemcclure.com, and this is something pretty cool. She has a record contract in Japan, and her debut album was just released there this month. This is Maggie McClure.
I have been doing this forever. I started playing piano when I was 5. Started singing probably around the same time. I actually wrote a couple songs when I was probably 8 or 10, just messing around. They're really bad, but so I started pretty early. I grew up in dance, so I was always performing. Right now, I'd say Carole King is a big influence. Alicia Keys, definitely, Norah Jones, Michelle Branch, but a lot of piano players and singers like Sarah McLachlan. I had a company out of LA give my album to them, and the MTV music supervisor contacted me, and they asked if I wanted to sign a deal, and I said, of course. It gets my songs out there and gets people listening to my song, so it's definitely worth it. I've gotten a lot of really good responses, mostly just, hey, I heard your song on The Hills, it's really cool. The same company that we hired out of LA called A&R Worldwide, we hired them to promote me in any way that they could, and they gave my album to this label in Japan called Spinning Inc. And I heard from this label a couple months later, and they told me they wanted to sign me. And this was about a year ago, and so we signed a deal with them, and they told me they would release and promote a record for me with the music that I already had recorded. They would just change it up and make the text in Japanese and stuff like that. We would add a bonus track, which is actually one of my music videos. The label said they were really surprised. They did not know that people were going to like my stuff as much as they did. So my album, Out of My Mind, is number 9 on the rock charts on iTunes. So I'm really excited about that. It's right next to Maroon 5 and Coldplay, I believe. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, we're talking about me coming over there to do a tour. Nothing's materialized yet. They said if the album does really well, then we will talk about it then, but it's a huge endeavor. A lot of the fans that I'm getting emails from are girls around the age of 13. I've gotten a lot of emails and a lot on MySpace, and they all pretty much say the same thing. They just say, we love you, and this is my favorite song, and can I have an autographed picture? So I've been sending a lot of pictures off to Japan, but it's making a lot of little girls happy. So